Happy day. We've been told by many viewers that our commercials are too long. You got long commercials in front and you got long commercials at the end and you even have some in the middle. Hey, that ain't us. We're not monetized. We made the decision years ago never to monetize. We're not beholden to anybody. We spend our own money and we kind of make it happen, right? So sorry about that, but who does that? That would be YouTube. It's their player and they don't charge us for it, so they're entitled to do whatever they like, and I hope they're making lots of money. Our payment is your comments and your support. And that's enough payment for me. So thank you very much for that. Just wanted to share that with you in San Francisco, California. California is kind of a mess. You know what? People are leaving there in droves. 1 million people left over the course of this past year. 48% of all Californian people now are contemplating getting out of the state because of the socialism slash maybe dumb communism that's come into their state. The Democrats are totally out of control. They're doing all kinds of crazy things, and the taxes are high. The weather's great. It's a wonderful state. But you know what? It's like having I don't know what, a wonderful car, and you got some lunatic driving it, and all he does is smash into everybody and hurt people. Eventually, it doesn't matter if it's a nice car or not. Are you still with me? And California is that. And here's an example of what is going on there. They passed a law. It's called Proposition 47. It's a referendum that was passed a while ago. And there's a consequence to that. And here's the rub. You're allowed to steal. You're allowed to steal. Theft and shoplifting, you're allowed to do it up to a maximum of $950 in value. Who could do that? Who could come up with such a thing? Here's a woman, for instance, a young woman, her name is Cassie. She's 21 years old and she's a mother of two, and she has no money. So she steals all of the time. And she says, when the babies need diapers or formula, I go and I steal. As long as I keep it under that threshold, it's okay, because everyone knows that they can't charge me. I can't get arrested, and I can steal. So heroin addicts, junkies, ordinary people like her are going and stealing because they can. How would you like to be a merchant? How would you like to have a business? And wow, you're supporting all these people. You might as well go out and adopt a bunch of other people. This is bad. And when that million people that left, probably they were replaced by 5 million illegal people that came into the state. It can't last. It just can't keep happening. And somebody has to fix that. And who could that be? Arnold, come on back and fix all this nonsense. Alberta, Canada, the premier there, he says, I'm a conservative, right? I always get a kick out of that. I'm a conservative? Really? Why don't you privatize the Treasury branch? Sell the banks. Why are you in the banking business anyway? Sell all the golf courses that you want to do something that's really conservative, instead of just saying, I'm going to do things with the private stake and I'm going to fix this oil business. That's all bark and no bite. You got to get with it. Come on, come on. I mean, pretty soon people will be saying about you, Mr. Premier, that all hat, no cattle, gotta kind of fix it. Here is a personal story I'm going to share with you. We have so many people write in when I talk about taxes. People say the rich don't pay taxes. And the NDP, the Socialist Party in Canada, they're saying, we're going to tax the rich. And then here's one of our readers, or one of our viewers, and thank you very much for your comment, by the way, that he goes on to say this to me. Where do you get the idea that the rich pay taxes? What a joke. It's the middle class that pays again, and again. Okay, let's drill down on that. I'll give you some personal information to shed some real light on this, because I've been to the movie many times. I'm old, look at me, I'm beat up, I'm weathered, I've been rich and I've been poor a few times. Okay, so in terms of this conversation with regard to it, let's break it down into three, call it classes. High class, middle class, low class. High class is rich, middle class is middle class, kind of, sort of not rich and not poor, and low class is poor. Are you with me? Okay, so I've been there. I've been all of them. I've been low class. That's good. I didn't have to pay any taxes because I had no money. I made no money. I'm low class. I've been middle class, and they try to drive me down to low class because they take all my money. Now, I've also been high class, and I've been rich and poor several times, as I've mentioned. Rich is so much better, but they've always driven me back because they're always reassessing me and I pay taxes. So whoever says that rich don't pay taxes hasn't been rich, because that's not true. I pay a lot of taxes. Last year, my companies and me and my family, we paid in excess of $3 million, more than that, in taxes. And that's a fact. Now, don't tell me, please, that rich don't pay, because I pay. I pay a lot. Oh, but you got benefits. Okay, I had one benefit. At one company last year that made $1.3 million, I was allowed to take $1 million out dividend free. Okay, tax-free, dividend-free, whatever that verbiage is. And that was great. But my company had to pay $375,000 tax on that money before they gave it to me. So there was no double dipping with that, but it still ain't pretty. So please don't tell me the rich don't pay. And then when I have any money left, because they're always trying to break me, you go and spend a couple of $1 million a year and look around and see all these big, strong men who don't work, and they're taking your money. That's not nice. All these immigrants that come into the country, getting all this money, all the liberals that are saying, give me, give me, give me. I'm happy to pay taxes, but not to a ridiculous kind of regime, because that's what we have in Canada, right? And I also pay taxes in the United States of America because I'm on world income. I won't stay rich very long this round, probably because of what's going on. KPMG, they're international. They're my accounting firm. So please don't ever tell me the rich don't pay. The rich pay. But they should pay their fair share. How much more fair should I be? And what do I do with my money if I'm so smart? Well, first, I ain't so smart. I'm just lucky. If you work real hard, luck comes to you, right? So I help people, I help myself, but I create a lot of jobs and I do a lot of good things with it, and I pay millions of dollars in taxes. So it's a myth. The rich do pay. And if you really think that they don't, send me an email, because I'd like to know the trick, because I'm okay to not pay next year. Y'all have a happy day. See ya.